Good morning. This is Jillian from Barn Baron Goat Milk Soap. I am on a project this morning to lay down some cardboard. So I have a bunch of cardboard boxes that we've been holding on to, mostly because we haven't had an opportunity to give them a burn because of the weather. But I've taken all the plastic tape off of them, and I am going to be laying them down in the areas, the major areas where the goats and the chickens, where they walk and where they eat, all of that, so that they're not walking in mud. I really hate it when they're walking in mud, and I don't like walking in mud. So we are going to be laying down some of this, and hopefully it'll keep the goats a little bit more protected. I don't have any goats with any hoof injuries, so that's good. That's not the concern, but I do want to prevent it from happening in the first place. So what I'm going to do is I have a whole bunch of boxes that I've already broken down, that I've already taken the tape off of. I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see. You can see the goats are already playing with them and tearing them up. These are all compostable, recyclable, blah blah, whatever it's called. But I like to lay them down because the goats will tear at them, the chickens will scratch at them, and they will break down into the soil and add nutrients for the soil. So all the while it's protecting the goats from walking around in rain. So we have a lot of hay over by the hay feeder. I'm not really worried about that. What I'm looking at are these areas by the gates, over here where the dirt is, over by the igloos over there, and then the main entrance for the gate. And because that's really, this whole area right here gets muddy, and this is red clay, so it gets like sticky muddy. So the goats never want to go anywhere. I'm going to hit all of these major dirty areas, dirt patches, lay down some cardboard, and provide some protection. And then also I'll be providing nutrients for the soil. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what I've done when I'm done. Thanks. Okay, so I got what I have laid down. The goats are doing their job of eating the cardboard, so I don't know how much of this cardboard is going to stay in place while they're out here before it rains, but we'll see what we can. Cardboard's not going to hurt them if they're eating it. It's not a big deal, but hopefully this will kind of, thanks Twyla, hopefully this will kind of give them a little bit of walking space without having to walk too much in the mud. So I didn't have really enough to put in the trough areas. I know that they like to sleep under there, so I put a little path from there to the shed where they also like to lay. See, they're already messing up my little path, but just a little path. I didn't have enough cardboard to lay down for the troughs, and I thought, well, since they only use the troughs once a day, it's not really going to be that much of a big deal to, hi Miss Tina, that much of a big deal to lay them down. So anyway, I might have some more. Well, I know I have some more in the garage, so I might break those down, but I do have some things to do today, so I don't know if I'll have enough time to get all of that done. But this'll be a good start for them, and they'll definitely appreciate it while it's raining. And then we're supposed to get quite a bit of rain, between 5 and 7 inches over the next day or two. And so I'm throwing down some hay now. I love the rain. I need the rain, but a couple of things that I don't like about it is, one, the goats don't like the rain, so they stay hunkered down. And yes, we have plenty of shelters for them from the rain, But the hay feeder is out in the rain, and it does soak the hay, and they don't eat wet hay. I don't like them to eat wet hay. It's not really that good to them. Hi, Sis. Hi, Miss Sis. Miss Sis is always wanting my love. Yeah. So anyway, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, I don't know how well it'll all stay in place, but Claire likes standing on it. So we did have a bit of an episode. I'm going to turn the camera back around. Back here in this, let me not cover the camera. Let's see, where am I? So way back here in this corner, in the tree line. Oh, I'm pointing at the screen, not the, where's my finger? Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah, because I am. Okay, no, okay. So way back here in the tree line, the goats, they like to go and graze. They graze the fallen leaves, the dropped acorns. They take the leaves off the trees, all of that. So they do like that. And I've showed you my two little chickens, the speckled Orpingtons that I have, that stick together, the two little hens. They're young, and they just really didn't stay in the coop and got all out there and everything. Well, we did have a predator attack yesterday, and yesterday morning, when I'm filling the waters, they like to come over and they like to get the overflow water, and they like running water. So yesterday morning when I was filling, only one of them came over, Pepper, and not Nutmeg, and so I noticed that, and that's not normal. They're always together. So I made a note to go and check and see what's going on, but I got busy and I didn't do it. And so anyway, but then while we were feeding at dinner time, I noticed neither of them were over there. So I went looking, and I walked the whole fence line back in there, looking, and back there in that corner that I was pointing to. It's hard to do that way. Who's rubbing my booty? Carmela. Anyway, I did find, and I think it was Nutmeg, but it's kind of hard to tell when your chicken has been eaten. There was just the carcass left and all the feathers. So the head, they're very similar in color, but there was a lot of orange on it, which is Nutmeg, and Pepper's got a lot of black feathers. So I don't know, but since I have not been able to find either one, like I said, I only found one carcass. And so I'm pretty upset about that. I don't know if I'm more upset. Well, I'm pissed off because they were good chickens and I was really excited about having them. But what really has me freaked out is that they were eaten inside the pasture. The predator got in the fence. And that's what freaks me out, because my goats are back there. The babies are back there. And if there's something that got my chicken, they could easily get one of my babies. And so I don't really know what to do about it, other than stick one of my dogs in the pasture with them. But the complication with that is that Hank, being an immature male, well, he's not very good at not wanting to mount the girls, and that obviously cannot happen. So he is not allowed to be in here unsupervised with the goats. And it's really only my two bottle babies that he's interested in. And I don't know that it's sexual. I think it's, I don't know what it is, but you know, I don't know. But it's not appropriate. And so he's not allowed to be in here. He would be the perfect one. He also is very good at escaping if he doesn't want to be in here. But shoot. My other dog is he's really good about the whole property. I really like him out in the whole property. And then Miss Ava's pretty good, but she has issues with being restricted, being confined I think from her previous life there were some problems that maybe she was confined or tied down or something, and it wasn't good. It wasn't a good situation for her. So she doesn't do well if she can't get out. Even though the pasture is really big, she'd be okay. But we also are expecting a really big thunderstorm, and she really panics on that. Yeah. And so I don't know. I just don't know what to do. I mean, this is the thing. Like, they have this thing called a jump gate, which is basically like an upside down triangle that you cut in the fence. So it's a upside down triangle like that, right? And you cut it big enough for the dogs to get through, and you put it up high enough because of the angle and because of goats' anatomical, physiological, mechanical, nature, they can't get through that angle of an opening. So it's supposed to be so that your dog can jump through in emergencies, but your goats cannot get out. One thing about that is I don't want to cut my fence if my dogs don't know how to use it or can't figure it out or refuse to use it. I don't want to cut my fence if my goats can get through because, they find a way. And I don't want to provide an opening for predators, but shoot. I mean, obviously predators get in my fence, so I don't know if that's a valid concern. Anyway, so that's one of the decisions that Tim and I have to make. We've got to figure out what to do about yeah, and we're just gonna have to go through that and figure it out and decide what to do. I don't want to take the risk of losing a goat to make that decision. Losing my chickens was bad enough, but the whole fear, hindsight is 20/20. They say that, right? Yeah, and that's so true. And yesterday morning when I noticed that Nutmeg wasn't here, my instincts kicked in and said, this is not normal behavior for my flock, for my chickens, for my herd. I did notice a point shortly after that where the dogs took off. They took off down this fence line on the other side of the fence, not in the pasture, and went to the corner. Obviously, whatever was there, they had scared off by that time because there was no attack. And they would attack. I've seen them attack. And at that point, also, the goats were standing behind me, just staring in that corner. So obviously, they knew something was going on. And I noticed all of that happening, but didn't put it all together. And so, I mean, I guess that's just part of it, is that one, you need to know your herd and your flock. You need to know what's normal behavior and what isn't. And then you also need to trust your gut, listen to your gut, listen to your hair standing up, and, don't second guess yourself all the time. Just go check. And I don't know if that would have made a difference, if they would have both already been gone at that point. But I don't know. I kicked myself in the butt thinking I saw all this happening, yet I waited till nighttime to go search for my chickens. So I don't know if it would have made a difference, but like I said, I'm a hot mess and I learn as I go. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off. You guys have a great day. I hope we get lots of rain. I hope all of my animals are safe and warm and protected, including my dogs, which will most likely be laying out in the rain because they're weirdos. Ava will be sheltered because she doesn't like the thunderstorms, but the other two will most likely be laying out in the rain. And that's not because I'm a horrible dog owner. It's because that's what they do. They like it. They have shelter. They have places to go. They know that. But they choose to not. So rain, snow, that doesn't bother them. They don't care. They've got so much fur that I don't even think that water penetrates their coat anyway. So, okay, signing off. Got some more things to do. Got a birthday party to go to and an estate sale to hit. So, bye! And I dropped the phone.